This is the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Ariaga.
And today we're going to talk about Saturday night's main event, John Cena's retirement match. Now, before we get into the particulars of this rather divisive show, what are some of your general thoughts about it?
Yeah, I understand there's a huge war going on threads between people who have watched wrestling and get that okay, people, you know, people who retire they go out on their back usually, and then there are people like you should never give up. You know what I was focused on? This is the best wrestling show I've seen since WrestleMania 40. And mainly for the reason, we'll get in each match, but waiting for the reason that I don't know about you. Do you remember the last time there was a wrestling show that was this good where it was all standard rules wrestling matches and they all had stories that made sense, like all themed around past versus present, and it was just about putting over not only the people who have been working their ass off here but also people who are on the rise. I thought thematically and physically this is one of the best WWE, one of the best wrestling shows I've seen since WrestleMania 40. So, and John Cena is one of my favorite wrestlers ever. You know this. It was heartbreaking to see him retire. I didn't care that he lost. We I think we talked about this. We knew it was going to be Gunther, right? I don't know. That's just how I felt.
I absolutely love the show. I thought it was one of
Yeah.
the best wrestling shows I've seen all year, frankly, all decade. It had a great atmosphere. Um, I kind of compare it to the first Evolution, similar kind of feel. It was great. A lot of new talent. I love the future. I like seeing the future. Um, and I love seeing the future mix it up with veterans so they can get that nice rub. And this was kind of the perfect show for that. Um, it's kind of why I like wrestling today. You know, I tell this to Laura all the time. Um, especially now, I've never loved wrestling more than I do now. You know, watching AEW and seeing what TNA is doing from afar, admittedly, I don't keep up with it as much, but there's a lot of young talent that they're focusing on. The biggest star there was Joe Hendry. You know this from 2010s, early 2010s TNA, it was loaded with the past, and not in a good way. And WWE, for that matter, there were periods of time where they were just relying too much on the past. But I have to say, especially Saturday Night's Main Event specifically, it's a great, great moment. It was a great send up for John Cena. Frankly, a perfect send up for John Cena. And at the same time, he shared the spotlight with rising talent. He didn't have to do that. He had every right to not do that. He was so selfless in all of this. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, John Cena is definitely on my Mount Rushmore as well. And this is why he's very selfless. And there's over the years, there's been some wrestlers that have said some certain things about him that made him seem like he was selfish in a way. That's their opinion, that's their perspective. But as a fan watching from afar, I see this man as being very generous. Basically like seeing how he reacted with CM Punk, AJ Styles a decade ago. Very selfless in how he was working with them. He made them look like superstars, even if they were. But this show, amazing, outstanding.
As someone who works in theater tech in as a crew member, the way he treats the way he treats Stu, the way he's treated Stu all these years, the guy who has filmed all of his entrances, is just lovely. The way he filmed Stu, I
Yep.
hated how the live broadcast didn't show the shot of Stu, but if you watch it on YouTube, you see the footage of Stu being like, "You ready, John?" It was that is so freaking honestly, it's so sweet. It's the
Yeah.
best thing ever. I was gonna that's as silly as it sounds, that's the thing I was dreading most about the show. Seeing him talk to Stu for the last time.
Yeah.
That was damn it. That was and yeah, seeing Punk and oh, RVD, the guy who was his best opponent. The guy who listen, you know how people felt about Cena in '06. I thought the stuff that John Cena did with Rob Van Dam and Edge in '06 made that an all-time year for wrestling for me. That was an all-time, a greatest of all. Like some of the my favorite angles were in '06. The stuff with him and Jericho. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That
The
was
stuff
not
with it.
that was the year. That was '05.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. But like him and RVD, him and Edge, like that was like some of the best. So seeing RVD there and like seeing Kevin Owens there really was like. Although I'm not jumping all over the place, but seeing Kevin Owens there was crazy because like he's somebody if he wasn't going through health issues would have been one of his last opponents. Like he would have been like in that tournament. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, yep.
Like
How he embraced RVD, how he embraced KO, that was perfect. It's great.
um, someone took a funny screen cap while he's like hugging KO, like giving him the best hug ever. You see Kurt Angle looking at him mad serious. I think that was just Kurt Angle's face.
Yeah.
It just looked funny. I'll send it to you when I find it.
So since this show was filled with a lot of NXT talent, we got a new segment, at least for just this episode. Maybe we'll continue it in future episodes. Hurt or helped. So we're gonna talk about if the matches at Saturday's main event with NXT talent, them working with current veterans, if it hurt or helped them. Now, let's start with Cody versus Obafemi. Do you think this match helped Obafemi?
Well, I don't think it hurt him at all because it made because I was listen. If this was Vince era, you know Obafemi would be doing the most minstrel thing ever. Tall black man, Vince. I don't even need to. You can only imagine. You and I can only imagine what he'd be doing to him. This was great. I thought the way Oba beat the crap out of Cody, it was like it was kind of like I know people don't like comparing wrestling to anime, but like it was like watching one of those like an episode of Dragon Ball Z where Goku spars with somebody and he's like, "Wow, this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy good. He's good," and he turns out to be an ally. Like I did you like how the match ended in no contest?
No. Um, Here's why. I think if Obafemi lost clean, it would have been fine, right? Because I get it. He's the NXT champion. They probably want to protect him a little bit. I understand that, but for this night, he didn't necessarily need to be protected in that regard. You could have done a clean finish, but honestly, my biggest problem is not the fact that it was a DQ finish. My biggest problem is the fact that I don't care about Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre. The next time they wrestle, it'll probably be a fine match, but that's about it. It's not interesting. I know they haven't wrestled that many times over the last couple of years, but I feel like they've always been around each other to the point where I feel like they've wrestled so many times. And I wish there could be, more new opponents for Cody. Or at least if he's going to wrestle the same person, there's a new spin to it. You know what I'm saying? That's my biggest
I know
problem here.
exactly. I know exactly what you're saying. Sorry if I was late. I skipped a little bit. But I'm gonna tell you why I thought they did what they did, and then I'm gonna tell you
Okay.
what I thought they should have done. And like this is my guess. I'm not a booker. I'm not a booker. Um, I guess the reason why they had the DQ finish, they thought they were protecting both of them, and have and also to give Obafemi some food for after the match. Give him a body to do a move on. And it was cool. Cody tossing him the title and like shaking his hand and like that was cool. Like, you know what I think they could have done? And maybe this might have been a risk, but the last time they took this risk, it paid off in dividends. You remember when Kevin Owens was the NXT champion and challenged John Cena, who was US champion, and he beat him on pay-per-view and everyone was like, "Holy shit." I think call me crazy. It would have been shocking as hell, but imagine if Oba had like pinned Cody clean. and everyone would be like, "Holy shit!" And then Cody would at the end would have been like, "Holy shit, okay, okay, all right." You know what I'm saying? Like kind of a nod to him. Kind of like if you really want to like, because Oba is like he's not like other NXT guy. This guy has like a presence to him. You know what I'm saying? So like his main roster, like wrestling a main roster guy, especially the world champion. Like if you had done something like that in a show like this night, I don't know. I thought that would have been kind of cool. That's what I was thinking of. But what do you think?
Um, yeah, I get what you're saying, but the Kevin Owens thing was a little different because KO was coming off of um a lot of buzz on the independent scene. He was arguably the most popular guy on the independent circuit. He was
Yeah,
kind of like what CM Punk was a decade prior to that. So him coming
yeah,
into NXT was already hot. Then he got to NXT, became one of the hottest guys. Then goes to the main roster, immediately beats the top guy in all of wrestling. So that
yeah.
was cool. Obafemi is not at that level yet. Um, but if that were to happen, I wouldn't have been mad at it. It would have been fine, but I
Oh,
don't think it should have happened. Maybe we'll see what happens in a year or two. You know what I'm saying? With
yeah.
Obafemi specifically.
Crazy idea number two. If you want to do like a not a no contest finish without involving Drew McIntyre, easy. 20-minute draw. 20
Fine.
minutes, 20
Yeah,
minute
that
time limit. You remember with Danielson and Kenny Omega? How they were killing each other, and then the only thing that stopped the match was the time. You could have done that with these two because they were going this. I love this match
yeah, it was great.
until the DQ finish, until whatever. I love this freaking match. This was sick. Like
Yeah.
Oba is simple. He is everything. He's all the a lot of the well. Stephanie back here is like obviously at another level than Oba Femi. You can tell, but like he reminds me of her in the sense like this guy doesn't even climb the turnbuckle. He does everything on the mat. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I enjoyed. And that sick. When Cody was sitting on the announce table and he did that like spinning elbow across. That was
That was
holy
awesome.
shit.
Yeah.
Like,
But I don't think this match hurt him at all. I think it helped him. But as far as like the rest of the NXT talent, this is probably the least effective of giving an NXT guy or gal the rub. But speaking of gals,
ooh, I know what you're talking about
Sol
next.
Ruka and
Yo,
Bailey.
this
Do we
was
need to
epic.
even, is it even up for a discussion? This was
I'll talk about it.
perfect.
I love Bailey.
No, I'm saying like as far as like it's not even a discussion whether this match hurt or helped Sol
Oh,
Ruka. This
yeah.
was perfect. This was the perfect rub for an up and coming star. This match was perfect in that regard. It was amazing. Sol Ruka came off as not I can't say like a superstar, but she looked great. And the crowd probably didn't. I think it's probably safe to say that a good amount of people in that crowd are like the casual of the casual wrestling fan. She got a hell of a reaction after beating Bailey.
You see, that is the kind of that also reminded me of Kevin Owens and Cena. There were no
Hmm.
titles involved. It was like, holy shit, look, get a load of this woman. But also, it's like, I'm good to make my point. I'm gonna bring up a hilarious thread that I saw. It's not because of it was stupid, because of the person who reacted to them. Someone was like, so Ruka, she looks so much better than Bailey. And then someone commented like, that's literally Bailey's job. Bailey did her job. Bailey reminds me of this night. In that moment, reminded me of Eddie Guerrero in the sense that Eddie Guerrero, he always wanted to. Everything he did looked great. A lot of Eddie Guerrero always looked great, but Eddie Guerrero, he would not be satisfied if he couldn't make someone else look great. Bailey, she put all of her work in this match to make this woman look amazing. And this woman, I like Sol Ruka because she's a calculated high flyer. She reminds me of Rey Mysterio and like hell, Pac when he was in WWE, when when Pac was able to show what he can really do. In my opinion, that's a whole other thing. But Pac was always very calculated. He didn't just do stuff just to do stuff. Like she picked moments in which to show her prowess. Like like especially like I can't even describe the way she did that cutter. Like she does that front flip and like lands on like it lands on Bailey with a cutter. I can't even describe it. Like you know what I'm talking about. It was like I think it was her finish. Wasn't that her finish? Or
Yeah.
well, she did that before the roll up, but like, oh my God, the timing of that thing. Like Randy Orton has that level of timing. I don't see that a lot of other people, but she's got it. She's nice. Like if she keeps practicing and like working on like the stuff she's good at and being smart, yeah, she's gonna be something special.
And you know what? This match was all John Cena ideology
Yeah.
because before John Cena, was a rapper and his personality was able to shine in WWE, a lot of people were so generous to John Cena. And I'll give you one, Chris Jericho. John Cena's first pay-per-view match was at Vengeance 2002. He went up against Chris Jericho. You know who won that match? John Cena. Regular John Cena, generic music John Cena. He was nobody. He had that one, Kurt Angle interaction, but he wasn't anyone. And Vince was like, Vince wanted Jericho to beat him, but Jericho was like, no, he's got to beat me. So now John Cena is paying that forward with new
Yeah.
talent. You know what
And
I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying because Bailey was talking about how like, and you could tell this was genuine. A lot of people say, "Oh, you taught me this," but like I think she really meant it. And you see it in her, like her need to put over other people. Bailey, people consider her a leader in that division, not just because like, oh, she's always had amazing matches. She's always had great matches. She's a great worker. She does the simplest things that make it look good. She always tries to put over other people, and the person she's in the ring with, she makes look amazing. And one of the reasons I believe that I always used to think Sasha Banks was better than I think she is now. Her best matches were with Bailey. Bailey made her look amazing. And I'm starting to see that now. I'm starting like, wow, like Bailey always knew how to make Sasha, people like her, look great. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'll always give my flowers to Bailey in that regard. She's a wonderful worker.
Yeah, yeah. She's great. She definitely she made Sol Ruka look amazing here. But last but not least, AJ Styles, Dragon Lee
Oh my
versus
God.
Javon Evans and Leon Slater. I think this match helped them, Leon Slater and Javon Evans, because they got their stuff in. They looked great. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee made them look like stars, even though they're so they're very green, and they're very young. They have a bright future ahead of them. Even though they lost, it was a great showing by them. I don't know. What did you think? Did you think this helped them, hurt them?
These two, if you took Private Party from AEW and put some seasoning on them and cooked them really well, you get these two. You get Javon Evans and I feel bad I forgot his name, the TNA X Division champion. He's good. They're good. Like if they keep like I said, if they keep learning, Javon Evans, I've seen a lot of good stuff from Javon Evans. He had a great match with Randy Orton. He wrestled Gunther and it was awesome. He wrestled Sami Zayn and it was awesome. Granted, if he keeps working with people of that level, this guy, Javon Evans is gonna go places, man.
Yeah. I definitely would say Private Party is definitely a lot more seasoned than these guys. I mean, Javon Evans is 21 years old. He's got a bright future ahead of him. Same with Leon Slater, X Division champion. You're working with a lot of high flyers, but these guys got a long way to go. But I thought they looked great against guys like AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. It was a good showing for them. I thought Javon had a great showing in the tournament against Gunther at the Garden. That was the best I've seen from him up until this point. Gunther didn't, made him look amazing, which he's always been good at. Even when he's gonna kill you, he's gonna make you look good in the process.
Yeah, like I don't know, like with Javon, right? I remember when he wrestled Randy Orton, uh the finish of the match, he was supposed to like do one of his corkscrew moves into Randy's RKO, and it kind of got messed up. I remember he felt so bad, and this also showed Randy Orton's growth. And I wish Randy Orton was here. I wish he was there that night. Randy Orton just hugged him. It was like, nah, bro, it was good. You're gonna get better. Like it was. yeah, like I don't know if he keeps working with guys like this, and like, could you imagine how happy those two were to be on John Cena's last show wrestling AJ Styles? Could you imagine how happy these guys were?
Yeah.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
Uh,
the current TNA X Division champion in Leon Slater is definitely happy to wrestle with the X Division legend like AJ. So that
yeah.
was good.
Oh, and like I like that these guys had songs that sounded real. You know that
I don't
like
remember anyone's songs.
well, they didn't sound like stock crap instrumentals that they usually have. They sounded like real rap songs. I appreciated that.
um, Last but certainly not least,
Ah,
we have Gunther and John Cena.
god damn it.
Now, this match was outstanding. I
Yeah.
don't think anyone can debate that. Gunther and John Cena, remember, this is one thing that John Cena's been very good at the last like 15, 20 years that people don't talk about enough. He can work well with almost anybody. Him and RVD, Edge, two wrestlers that are completely different styles. John Cena can work so well. They had so much, great chemistry with them. Randy Orton, completely different, works well with him. Later on, CM Punk, totally different from all the guys I just named, works so well with them. Bryan Danielson, you name it. Brock Lesnar, he works so well with guys that have completely different styles from him. And that was shown here against Gunther. It's like they've been working for 20 years. It was like I was watching Shawn Michaels and Triple H, who've worked each other forever, that just have great chemistry. But John Cena with Gunther, it just shows you like how good John Cena is and how good Gunther is too. Like these two could just work so it was amazing. I loved every
So
minute of it.
so Danielson's retired, right? He's officially retired. He's not going to wrestle another match.
Unclear.
So it as long as that's true, the two best in the world, Gunther and AJ. I can't even think of well, at least in terms of the men, I can't think of anyone that comes close. Um like like if AJ is retiring too this year, I want him to wrestle Gunther too.
Yeah,
I
it
want him to
looks like
wrestle
from the Raw
yo.
last night.
Oh my god,
That's a possibility.
Gunther's promo. Did you saw Gunther's
We'll
promo?
talk about that.
Yeah. But like
So
to
let's
go
just
back
get right. Yeah, good. All right, good.
to the match.
No, no, not to the. Well, you finish up and then we'll get to the finish. We'll just go to that.
I
Yeah.
I love this match. And like
Hmm.
the way you were right, John Cena, he works amazing with people of all different styles. Like two of my favorite matches with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, him too. Those two, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Sami Zayn's match was special by accident. I mean, it was gonna be good anyway, but like he blew out his shoulder and they made a story out of that. It was still amazing. With Gunther, oh my god, like Gunther literally did everything he said he was going to do to Cena. He laid out the framework, and Cena did everything he said he was going to do. He's going to go out swinging. He said he was going to go out swinging, even no matter what it looks like. He was like, I can't go blow for blow with Gunther, but I'm gonna try because that's John Cena. He's gonna try. Oh, my one of my favorite parts in this match. You remember when Gunther like threw him to the buckle and that bump Cena took?
Yeah, it was brutal.
Oh my god, that was like one of the best buckle bumps I've ever seen. Like, especially from John. Like, it reminded me of his matches with AJ where you used to just throw AJ to the buckle.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss that, man. I'm gonna miss him. Like,
So you didn't have a problem with Cena tapping out to Gunther?
oh well, I was crying after he did it. So not in the way everyone else did. Like, I didn't have a problem with it. I actually thought it was kind of beautiful how like the way he smiled before tapping out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, look, in a perfect world, right? You remember when like his arm was fading and he did the three sign?
Yeah.
In a perfect world, right? Maybe what if like after he did the three sign, the strong three sign, and his arm faded and that was it? I would have been good with that too. But
Yeah.
what they did was some I liked what they did because I didn't expect it and I'm never going to forget it. Just that smile that he had before tapping out and then passing out. It was just like it was to quote that song they had in that last package for him. I did it all. If it ends with me tapping out to one of the best heels right now, I'm good, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I thought, look, honestly, it was very interesting because the last person that John Cena submitted to was Kurt Angle in 2003, 2004 probably. Um, so it was a big deal in that regard too. And I think John Cena's Never Give Up has probably been taken too seriously.
Way too literally. They
He'll-
take the wrong lessons from it.
I think it just means he'll go into my interpretation of it. He'll take on any challenger, but he won't just like back away from a challenge. That's the way I interpret it. I don't think it was just like, yeah, he'll never tap out again. But also, if that is the case, let's say if John Cena comes back for a match, one thing you can easily do, he could just not do the STF anymore.
Yeah.
Period. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Like,
That's it.
I mean, well, the SCF was a thing he did, to make sure he had a submission. I see. I remember this story so vividly. You remember when
Yeah.
stories mattered? Kurt Angle and Cena. Angle was like, "You don't have a submission move against me, brother. Like, you cannot wrestle me." And then Cena came out with the SCF. I didn't expect him to do that.
Yeah, you had to wrestle Chris
Oh
Masters.
no, it was Chris
Bischoff.
Masters. It was Chris
Yeah.
Masters. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. It was Chris Masters.
Yep.
Yeah, that was apparently Chris Masters told a story about how like he was actually being choked. Like that was the first time he did the move and he was actually being fucking choked.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was crazy.
But the reaction from the fans in the crowd, they were not happy about this. Clearly,
Yeah.
they booed Triple H and all this stuff.
That's funny. That was funny.
They were chanting "F you, Gunther." My thing
Uh,
is, Triple H is not booking for the casual fan. And he wasn't booking for the moment. He was booking for the future.
excuse
Okay?
me.
Because I saw some people that I know that haven't been following wrestling that closely recently. Admittedly so. So you may have watched this and saw John Cena lost his last match and you thought, why did WWE do this? WWE doesn't know what they're doing and all this other jazz. But if you've been paying attention to WWE the last 3, 4 years, especially watching Gunther's trajectory, you know this was the right call. At least I would like to think that people know that this is the right call. Remember Royal Rumble 2023? Him and Cody were the last. Gunther
Yeah.
lasted almost an hour. The year after, he's in the Final Four. Longest IC champion. NXT UK champion forever. Doesn't lose, this was the right guy. He retired Goldberg this year, dudes.
Like, and here's the thing: this moment would not have hit the way it did if LA Knight was the one that beat him. I know people wanted LA Knight to beat him. Hey, look, in another world, right? In another world, if CM Punk didn't wrestle him in Saudi Arabia, I can easily see CM Punk being his last match.
You could have put anyone in,
Yeah.
not anyone, but if you're gonna put John Cena against someone who's a rising star and someone that has been pushed regularly, this made all the sense. And again, also, I want to be fair. If John Cena won, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. Gunther can still get heat with losing to John Cena. He could have cut a promo the next night on Raw, and the crowd would be chanting, "You tapped out," or "You lost," or whatever it may be. And Gunther could still get a bunch of heat or whatever. But to me, him winning is just that much better. Because when Undertaker lost his streak, what happened the next night? The next night, him and Paul Heyman, they stand there and they
Lesnar
take
and
all the
Heyman,
heat. They
that
take
was
all the
amazing.
heat. I love that. I love that. And also, like, honestly, like, Lesnar is not the future. Different. But Gunther is the future. Gunther is the future. Okay?
Like, and people are annoying. Like people are just annoying. I literally, I took your advice. I was looking at some of the threads online. I'm like, I just exited the app. I left the app because I'm just like, nah, y'all just listen. Everyone's saying it should have been like this. It should have been like this. And I'm just like, guys, whatever you thought should have happened, if it happened, to quote Tony Soprano, you'd still be here freaking complaining.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But also, look, let's be fair. And okay, it's okay if you wanted John Cena to win, and that's fine.
Yeah.
There's
Me
nothing wrong
too.
with that. Look, I'm a fan. I bought a CD in 2005, but I'm paying attention to WWE and watching Gunther's trajectory. This was the right call. And if you know John Cena, he's super generous. The last 2 years, the last couple of years rather, he was okay, WrestleMania in Hollywood. I was there. He wrestled Austin Theory. Who won that? Austin Theory. John Cena was putting guys over left and right the last couple of
Yeah.
years. He wrestled Roman again.
He put
At
over Sheamus. Yeah, he wrestled Roman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. Yeah, Sheamus. He had no business putting over Sheamus in 2009. You know, but the thing is, if you know John Cena, you know that he likes to put over new talent. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So why is everyone so surprised?
And
I
who
don't
did
get
he
it.
and who did he learn that from? The Undertaker, Eddie
Hmm.
Guerrero. Like, hell, listen, Undertaker was a little different because he had a way of beating you and putting you over. Like, you remember what he did for Jeff Hardy?
Oh yeah,
When he
yeah,
destroyed Jeff Hardy and he shook his hand, was like, "Yo, you're the one. I respect you." And like, even like, oh, that legendary segment when I'm glad they show footage of this when he was with Cena in the back and he
yeah.
was like,
Shook
"What's
his
your
hand.
name, son?"
Yeah.
John Cena. Yo, that was. But it also got me thinking, like, with Cena's heel turn, right? I complained to you how there wasn't much of a visual shift. What if for those few months he was a heel? Imagine he wore his prototype gear, like because he was so like deadpan and so just like corporate. They should, we talked about this. He should have wore a suit, man. He should have wore a suit on Raw, like just to let people know that what you like about me is going away.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But
But you
yeah,
know
we
what?
can.
You know what?
Yeah,
This Saturday night's main event was so great. I forgot about the first half of his retirement run. To me,
yeah.
to
Well,
me, it's all's forgiven.
like
This 2 hours
on
were
his
so
part.
great.
Yeah. I
Sure.
I was never mad at Cena about that. I wasn't mad at him. It was the Rock. But yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah. But this is a great night. Amazing show. If you have not seen this, go out of your way to watch it. It was so good. It was a lot of emotion. It was a lot of great storytelling. They paved the way for the freaking future. That's what I care about as a wrestling fan. I care about the future. You know, when Sting's retirement in AEW, it was done differently, and that was interesting too because he was in a tag team with Darby Allin, right? And Sting won. And to me that was cool because he's with Darby Allin. Darby Allin in his eyes like, okay, this guy's the next generation. So it made all the sense in the world, you know? But if it was like Sting versus Dax Harwood or whatever, just as an example, to me, if like Sting should lose. And Sting would also agree. But it was done differently, but it worked out regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Watching, yeah, no, I agree. But like, imagine if Cody were still in the company. Like Cody, he was so happy wanting to wrestle Sting. He really wanted to wrestle Sting. Could you imagine if Cody had stayed and Sting had his retirement match against Cody? Because I still want that to happen with Randy Orton. I want Randy Orton's last match to be with Cody Rhodes. That it has to be. It
Oh
has to
yeah,
be.
that's the match.
It
Yeah.
has to be. Like it can. If there's anything that can come close to Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, that last match, you can do something like that with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton.
Sure.
You
Sure.
know,
All right, let's
like
talk about the Raw after. Um Gunther comes out, thunderous boos. He doesn't say anything for a few minutes. Right? He milks it, but he doesn't overdo it. And then he's like, I make John Cena tap out like a little bitch. It's like it's my time. My time is now.
oh my god, I was cackling. This is so funny. Dad and I were watching this, and Dad's like, Gunther's still a baby face. And I'm just like, no, Dad, he's a heel. He's like, no, he's still a baby face. And I'm like, okay. You know what the first sound we heard when Raw started? Boo! That was the
Yeah.
first sound we heard. Like,
Yep.
it was absolutely. And no, no, no. You know what I loved even more? When he went backstage and he got in his car, he was like, "Hey AJ, hey AJ," and he did the "You can't see." And
That's
oh my
right.
God.
That's right. That's
Uh
right. I love
like
it.
like literally the show like Cena's last match. I know we're talking about Raw, but Cena's last match. I only had really had one criticism of it, and this is like it's because like you know how much I love John Cena. Like it's worth critiquing. You know, like when John Cena like does the five knuckle shuffle, how like he'll just casually throw his hand in the air, and you know it's gonna happen. I know this was his last match. It felt like it was a little too like, hey guys, I'm gonna do it. This is it. And I was like, you don't have to do that. We know dude. All you got to do, put the hand up, and we know what's gonna happen. But that's because I love John Cena so much. But like that didn't bother. That didn't ruin the match for me. I know it was his last night. You want everyone to have fun.
Yeah.
You want everyone to feel good, and like it worked, man.
Here's the problem that I had with the Raw after, right?
Oh yeah,
So right after Gunther does what he does, right? He runs into some wrestlers and give him the side eye, and then like truth is like, oh, you're a piece of garbage or whatever. It's like Gunther's like, I don't care, rightfully so. I'm
yeah.
like,
Like
and then
what is
Adam
this?
Pearce comes and yells at him, and I'm like, dude, this is a wrestler who won a match by submission, clean. He didn't do anything dirty. He didn't choke Cena out with a pipe. He didn't leave him bloody. He
That's
just
yo.
choked. Yeah, he did a standard choke.
Dad
What's
was
the
saying the same
problem?
thing. Dad was
Yeah,
saying the same thing. He was like, what did he do? Why is everyone mad at him?" I was like,
exactly. And you know what's funny? I don't even think that Pierce had the same smoke when he was choking out Pat McAfee and Michael Cole,
no,
right?
no.
Did he have the same smoke for him then?
They actually got Michael Cole got pretty mad at him for choking out Pat
Oh,
McAfee, even
Michael
though,
Cole, but like, what was Adam
yeah,
Pierce's reaction? I don't remember him being this pissed off.
no, but
I
it
don't
was still,
him.
yeah. Go
Okay.
ahead.
No, no, you go.
It was still goofy because they were like, "Oh, we have to protect us," and I'm like, "Guys, Lesnar literally F5'd you on TV one time. Stop it."
No, I'm just saying, like the Adam Pierce specifically. Like, what are you mad at him for? I don't understand.
He's the one that we're mad at.
Yeah, he's the like Adam Pierce was like the playing the he was kind of like speaking in the voice of like some fans online
Oh
and
God.
whatever. But it's like, bro, he's a wrestler who won a contest, and then AJ Styles is standing in front of his car. Why?
Oh no, because like because it's freaking what the hell? It's Greece. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we're like, oh yeah, your ops are just like they're waiting by your car outside, even though it was cold as hell. I don't know how you didn't get pneumonia.
yeah.
But like it's like and plus Adam Pearce punished Gunther by like, oh go ahead, take the night off, get paid and take the night off. That's how you punish him. You don't even put him in a match. You punish him by sending him home early.
Yeah, I would have made him work.
Yeah. Make him work. I go, come on, man. Like, yeah, that was goofy.
That was a little goofy. Yeah.
At first, I was like, I mean, like, you got to watch the show. If you saw the show, you'd understand why people are mad. But then, like, thinking about it now, it's like he won. He freaking won.
Yeah.
Clean,
Clean, fair,
clean in the ring.
fairly. No shenanigans, no weapons.
Nothing.
He didn't go MJF and use his diamond ring. No, it was clean.
And also, John Cena, like, I understand, like, people are repeating this, but I agree with this. He let go. He didn't give up. He let go.
That's
Like, you know what
another
I'm
thing.
saying?
He didn't stand He didn't do like Sting to Lex Luger on Nitro and holding the freaking sharpshooter for like 15 minutes. He didn't do that.
Oh my God. But I mean, I would have thought it would have been funny if Gunther had held on even after the end of the match.
That I would have understood, but like he won clean and let go right after. It was
Like,
clean
yeah,
break.
like if the idea was for everyone to be mad at Gunther, he should have like hold on for a little while longer after he gives up, and then it was like let him go, God, let him go.
And then you give him a concerto at the end.
Oh
You know?
God,
Like,
oh my
yeah.
God, no,
If
like,
he did that, I would have understood.
and like and CM Punk like but one thing Cena should have done like after like everyone came to the ring right and came and like Punk and Cody gave him the belts. That was really sweet. It would have been funny if Cena was still selling the sleeper hold. If they had to like help him up
Yeah.
and then give him the belts like
Yeah.
but it was but also it was very beautiful when he told the fans that's all I got. Like thank you. Like that's all I got. And I'm like damn, bro. Like yeah,
It was a beautiful moment. I loved
class
it.
act. Yeah.
Yeah.
this was what WrestleMania 41 should have felt like. This
Yeah,
show,
yeah,
honestly.
yeah. The show was great. Watch it. Watch it back if you missed it. It's not on pay-per-view. Just if you have Peacock, just pull that up.
Oh,
Watch it with
thank
friends,
God.
family. What? Well, it's the holiday season, so watch it with your family over Christmas. You'll feel good. Well, maybe you won't feel good seeing it get choked out, but it was a beautiful. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment at the end. Overall, it was
It's beautiful,
great.
Lil. Nah, but like John Cena, man. He's my favorite white rapper. You sent me that clip.
Of him on Hot 97. Yeah, it was hilarious.
It reminded me of everything I respected about John. He did a freestyle, and honestly, like he didn't really get the highest grade on it. Legends were,
His future collaborator, Freddie Fox. He
yeah,
was on
like
Bad Man. Yep.
who was the one that told him that I give you a four? Who was one that told
That's
him
Freddie
that?
Fox.
Yeah, Freddie
Yeah.
Fox, I give you a four. And you know what, John Cena, like this is the difference between a guy like him and an MGK back in the day. I know MGK has grown up a little bit, but back in the day, if MGK had got a low rating on a freestyle, he'd be mad, he'd be butthurt. John Cena was like, yo, one of the greats gave me the time of day, listened to my freestyle, and he gave me a grade that gives me something to work towards. Like this is, he was happy. He was so happy.
He's
He wasn't
lucky. I don't
bitter.
even think Heather B. If Heather B. was in there, Heather B. would have been like, "John, get it. Go back to the ring.
Yeah, yeah.
It's over for you."
And honestly, but John Cena, he would have heard that, like, you know, man, you know what? You gave me the time of day. I appreciate you. And you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
John, he's a very humble guy. And like, when it comes, you know, he actually likes hip hop. He wasn't gonna get disrespected by a great giving him advice.
Yep.
That and like that little clip, I know it was so funny, but like, it made me think like this is everything I respect about this guy.
Yeah. It
You
was
know,
cool.
like,
It was really good.
yeah.
On that note, we're gonna wrap it up for the year. We'll be back in 2026. It's the Wrestling Caucus. I'm Peter A.
I'm Smiley Ariaga.
And make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. We're on YouTube now, and I'll link all that in the description. We're also on all the podcast apps. Listen to us wherever you get your stuff. Later days.